Okay, so as you can see now, this layer of gold is dry, and once it's dry you can push it down gently if you want. Some of it's bumpy, and now I'm going to take a bit of burnt umber and pop it on the palette. And also some of this quinacridone crimson, just a small amount. So I'm going to create shadows and light, well, mainly the shadows at this point. Just replacing, putting the lids back on, and I'm going to start putting in the shadows of the mountains behind the gold. And I'm taking some of the quinacridone crimson on my brush as well. I'll take a dry brush because I don't want to use too much paint on this, and stipple behind it, sort of bringing the brown up, the darker colour up gradually. Now take the brush you were originally using, mix the two together, the brown, the umber and the crimson, dark crimson, and just create this dark shadow layer up behind the gold mountain layer. If you want to, just add some sort of strata or striation marks. I need to look that up, see if that's actually a word. Anyway, this, just put in some more shapes into the mountain as you see fit. And as you can see, I'm just going to go over the bits of gold that escaped. Now then, I'm going to take some quinacridone crimson and umber on my brush, and I'm going to create an undulating surface here, the next layer. So you'll see I'm going over some of the gold, but I want it to slightly show through in some places. At this point, I'm just going to bring that down over this whole area. And that's going to be the background for my stenciling. So you don't have to be too worried about its perfection. As you can see, there's not a lot of paint on this brush. I'm just taking a small amount here, and what I'm going to do now is stipple this side of the mountains so that it creates a light and shade of the mountains, and this is the shadow, and we have I'm going to make a little line down here. If you want, you know, just create your own shapes. Keep sort of switching the brushes around as you choose. Just this dry brush is so important to the way I work, because I use these kinds of brush. This is actually a makeup brush, and I use these kinds of brushes just to make softening marks and stipple. Stippling is this, basically. It's just using paint and creating, pushing paint around by pushing it down gently. And if you don't want to have, if you change your mind, just keep the damp cloth on you at all times, just to take away some of the marks. And it's not about perfection, it's about joy of creativity. It's come off, that's strange. There you go. And actually what I love is to get this kind of, when you sort of push the dry brush around, dry with a little paint on, I mean, you can see the marks of the texture of the gold underneath. And just take the damp cloth and yes, just create these lovely gold mountains, and I'm just going to use the rest at the bottom here. When you're not using your brush, just put it in the water to keep it dry, keep the paint from drying on it. And at the bottom here, I'm going to have the fourth layer of decoupage paper. So just let this area dry, and then we'll do the stenciling.